The 2026 Winter Olympics are ongoing, folks, but eyes are already pointed toward Los Angeles 2028 for the Summer Games of the Olympiad. And the eyes of Disney are firmly on it because it's going to be right there in their backyard. And Disney seems so excited about it that they've actually named a new executive to head up how they're going to integrate the Olympics into their parks. But wait, didn't Hugh Johnston tell us that the Olympics killed attendance at Disneyland Paris? What's going on? Let's talk about it today on That Park Place, guys. This article right here, there's a whole lot to unpack in this one. So Disney once, and Vash, you remember this in the earnings call, Hugh Johnston blamed the Olympics in Paris for the slump in attendance at Disneyland Paris. Make that make sense, if you will. But, you think that an influx of people into the area, people are going to go to Disneyland Paris while they're there. And apparently he said it's the exact opposite. People were staying engrossed in the Olympic Games. But now, as LA 28 is coming right in the backyard of Disneyland, after Universal has already been named the official theme park partner of the Olympic Games, we are seeing Disney trying to scramble to find out how are we, the Disney company, going to monetize this. So during prior earnings commentary, Disney leadership acknowledged that major global sporting events like the Olympics can negatively impact nearby theme parks, but recent corporate moves suggest the company is simultaneously positioning itself to benefit from the massive global spotlight coming to Southern California in just 2 years. So we know what Hugh Spacebar Johnston said when he said that that the Olympics depressed attendance at Disneyland Paris. But take a look at this. Despite that cautionary tone, Disney has clearly been preparing for LA 28 behind the scenes. The company created a new executive position, the President of Major Events Integration, currently held by Ken Potrock, specifically tasked with maximizing large global moments, particularly the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games. Now, according to planning details, the role is responsible for developing cross-company strategies to extract value from major tourism and entertainment events. In plain English, Disney is getting organized for the Olympic spotlight. However, a monkey wrench. Universal already holds the official inside track on the Olympics. The NBC Universal, not Disney, has secured the theme park partnership with LA 28. Universal Studios Hollywood is already scheduled to host the Olympic squash competition, giving Comcast theme park arm a built-in promotional advantage during the games. Because NBC also owns the U.S. Olympic broadcast rights, the Universal relationship creates a powerful synergy lane that Disney currently lacks. In other words, Disney may be preparing for the Olympics, but Universal already has the credentials. Now, Bob Iger rumors have added to this. Guys, there have been rumors that Bob Iger could be a potential candidate to replace Casey Wasserman as the chair of the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic Games Organizing Committee. Given Iger's history of helping Los Angeles secure the games and his decades of large-scale event experience, some observers viewed the possibility as a backdoor way for Disney to gain influence around the Olympics. But that narrative appears to have cooled because of an exclusive report from the Wrap, which says the outgoing Disney CEO is not interested in the gig. The report further stated that Iger has not been officially approached and would not accept the offer if he were, throwing cold water on the speculation about deeper Disney involvement at the organizational level. So, guys, it looks like that Disney really wants in on the Olympic Games in 2028. But it looks to me like they don't have an avenue to actually attempt to monetize this. And why would they be excited, Vash Sky, in the first place, if, as Hugh Spacebar Johnston said, this is going to be a terrible thing for Disneyland attendance?
Yeah, I mean, at least what we saw out in Paris, according to Hugh Johnston, didn't necessarily provide any additional attendance. It actually took away attendance. Attendance was cannibalized via those Olympic Games. And it's very interesting, Marvin, because I have spoken to a long-time employee of the company, going on 30 years. And what was relayed to me was, hey, if you remember what happened when the LA Olympics took place in the 1980s, back at that time, Disneyland actually suffered greatly from those Olympic Games. I guess attendance was way down because people were worried about like the traffic apocalypse that would take place, and there was a whole myriad of media fervor surrounding those games, and it just really did damage to Disneyland. So I think this might have the opposite effect. I think this might not bring more people to Disneyland. I think it might actually cannibalize attendance in a similar fashion that we actually saw with Disneyland Paris. And so maybe that's why Camp Hot Rock was placed in this role, in order to mitigate some of those losses at that level. But it's very interesting, these efforts, especially from the prior Iger administration, to kind of ingratiate themselves with some of these events. I know there's going to be the LA Olympics in 2028, obviously, but there's also the FIFA World Cup coming in 2026. Universal is making crazy moves to capitalize on some of these big events. One being, they are going to be building a huge 500 room hotel at the very front of their theme park. I think construction has already broken ground on Universal Studios Hollywood for that effort to turn that into a resort and maybe have it ready by the time that these Olympic Games actually take place. So yeah, they might be putting Camp Hot Rock out there and saying, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But I know a lot of their investments, I don't think they're going to make it in time for these Olympics. Maybe Avengers Campus, Infinity Defense, and all that, but I'm just not sure. Marvin, you're exactly right. Monetization, I don't think it's going to come from Disney on this one.
And now, MJ, the rumor that Bob Iger was potentially going to be involved with the Olympic Games, that was alarming, because that could have been Disney kind of worming its way in there. But Bob Iger being involved on any level, I think it would put a lot of people off from the Olympics, just because of his just Bob Igerness. Bob, what are you thinking? But MJ, what do you think about the possibility of Bob Iger working for the Olympics? But more importantly, the fact that apparently he's not interested. It sounds like Bob Iger is getting a clean break from the Disney company.
Yeah, it sounds like he's really wanting to just back away and breathe. His last time that he's going to be sitting is March 18th. That's right around the corner.
That's the last time that he is going to be the sitting CEO, but he will be staying on for through the end of the year in a consultancy role.
A consultant, right. Gotcha. Yeah, he has a bad rep, and it's exactly what you said, Marvin. People are just tired of what he has to say, what he has to do. He did this to himself. People they will hold him to it, and it's going to be a bad look if they have him doing anything for the Olympics. They're going to have to look for someone else to. I'm surprised they even wanted to put him there for that. That's just alarming to me. What's his background?
That anyone had any interest, but that was just the big rumor that was permeating around the Disney sites.
What was his background before he became CEO again? Because I can't remember.
He was a weatherman.
Okay. He was acquired with ABC's
coming and how much of it there was going to be.
I mean, unless he was like Caitlyn Jenner, I don't know why he would want to be doing this for the Olympics. I mean,
well, that's the thing. Iger has a really interesting reputation when it comes to sports and the LA market specifically. Remember, Bob Iger ran herd on the Carson initiative in order to bring sports teams to that region. Now, unfortunately for Bob Iger, those efforts eventually failed because the NFL elected for the Inglewood site that would host the LA Rams and the LA Chargers. But he was trying to meddle his way and get into kind of politics, advocating, sports, all of that. Remember, he won a sports team himself. I believe there were some rumors that he wanted to acquire the Phoenix Suns, which is very interesting. But that's neither here nor there. He's just been making moves on this level, and so I'm not surprised that his name is connected to this LA28 effort, because it's right up Bob Iger's alley if you've been following him closely enough.
Yeah. Yep, I 100% agree. It does sound like a thing he would want to be a part of, but it's shocking that apparently, according to the Wrap, citing somebody close to Bob Iger, he has no desire to actually be a part of it. Now, whether you believe that or not, Erika, is another thing entirely. But Universal already has the role as, the official theme park of the Olympics. So it sounds like there's going to be more than just squash happening at Universal. It's going to be fully integrated.
Well, let it roll. Let them have fun with it. As far as Disney goes, just, I don't know, put out some good vacation offers and discounts. They'll still make money.
Well, that's the thing. When people are in town for the Olympics, I mean, yeah. Do you so? Do you buy that the Paris Olympics actually did harm Disneyland Paris's attendance, or do you think that was an excuse?
So I think it's an excuse because here's the thing about Europe is Paris is not really known for Disneyland. It's known for the Eiffel Tower, and it's known for the French culture. When people, even Germans, even on this side of the border, when we travel into France, we're going to see France. We're not going to see Disney. And if people do Disneyland Paris, it's usually because it's such a small park, from what I've been told, people will go see France, and Disneyland kind of comes second to that. So
I've heard some people see London, some people see France. No, never mind. I'm not going to make that joke.
That's a good one.
Well, I think this is extremely interesting because this LA 28 effort, I mean, it's a big city initiative. Universal, remember, NBC has the rights to the Olympics. So what better way to showcase the Olympics in LA, but to do it through the lens of Universal Studios Hollywood? I think
you're probably you're probably also going to have like the hotels, like you said, they're building the new one, but they'll probably integrate Olympic stuff into the hotels as well.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the athletes, end up staying in the kind of Universal area, taking advantage maybe of those hotel offerings directly in proximity to Universal Studios. There's just a number of ways that Universal can capitalize on this, and in a way that Disney really can't. And so I really do think they're trying to prevent another, I think it was 1984 Olympics, if I'm not mistaken, in LA from occurring in Disneyland once again.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, the Olympics are coming to Los Angeles in 2028. Universal has the exclusive rights to be the theme park partner for these events, and Disney, well, they've just got their nose pressed against the window.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.
There are men who go to sea to find fortune. Men who go to sea to lose themselves. I went to sea to find honor. Since I was a boy, I was forged in discipline, faith, duty. They called me loyal. They called me righteous. They called me useful. But the sea does not care what a man is called. Only what he becomes when the world takes everything from him. I prayed for peace, and the world answered with only death. I have seen honor used as a mask, and sin used as a shelter. The devil walks plainly in this world without shame or fear. And now the ocean carries whispers of men who believe they can burn faith out of this world. They are wrong. My name is Jonathan Reed. My story has only just begun.